In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through how to take an unprofitable Amazon brand and turn it profitable using Amazon PPC strategies. Now I'm going to walk through one of the brands in our portfolio that was losing thousands of dollars a month and how we turned it around to being profitable, consistent, monthly. For those of you that don't know, my name is Chris Rawlings. I run Sophie Society, where we partner with brands, take over their Amazon PPC, and grow them profitably. So let's jump in. Okay, so this is a brand selling kitchenware products. This is a classically hyper-competitive niche. It typically has a lower repeat purchase rate, so you don't have a super high lifetime value to pay off the purchase of new to brand customers, but you can get really good cross-sells from it. The problem is this brand, when they came to partner with us, was doing negative $15,000 a month in profit. That's really bad. The point of a business is to make money. And if your business is costing you $15,000 a month just to run, then it's not a business, it's a hobby. And it's probably a pretty stressful hobby, I'd imagine. So normally we wouldn't partner with a brand like this, but this brand had great founders, a great product, good product experience. They just really didn't have their Amazon PPC optimized, and their ad spend wasn't leading to more organic sales. And that's the key. So they were about to throw in the towel. The brand owner was at their wit's end. We partnered with them to try to turn them around, and it worked. Not only in the US market, but as I'm going to show you later on in this video, we did the exact same thing in another market, in their European market, and it had the exact same results. So what happened? What was wrong? How did we fix it? Well, the reason their PPC was negative is that their keyword targeted campaigns were organized by search volume, not shopper intent. The problem with this is that when you organize by search volume, your keywords in your campaign, you don't get any critical insights from that. When you organize by shopper intent, say one of the groups of keywords is all about travel, and another of the groups of keywords is all about a material like stainless steel, and another group of keywords is all about a specific use case like cooking turkey, for example. If you segregate your keywords by shopper intent like that, then you can pull out insights about how each of those particular groups of shoppers are finding your product thumbnail and your product listing and what you can do about it. This allows you to make your ad spend way more efficient. Then their match types were also mixed up. This is a classic mistake that a lot of sellers make. There's 3 different main match types. There's exact match, where you're targeting an exact keyword. You just want your ad to show up when people search that keyword. Then there's phrase match, where you're targeting a keyword and you're okay if your ad shows up for other search terms that include that exact term. And then there's broad match, where you're targeting a keyword, but you're okay with your ad showing up for related keywords, not even that exact keyword, even if the words are in a different order or if some of the words aren't even in the term that the shopper is searching. So a good strategy is to keep your campaigns segregated by match type. So for each campaign, you really just want to stick to one single match type, not mix match types in a campaign. That makes it really hard to pull out the data that you need to make the campaigns actually efficient and to work properly. Then their bidding strategy did not match their campaign goal. So there's 3 different bidding strategies on Amazon PPC. There's down-only bids, where you input a bid, but Amazon can decrease your bid. There's fixed bids, where you input a bid and Amazon will always use that bid every time. That doesn't mean that's what your cost per click is going to be, but it does mean that the bid will always be the same. And then finally, there's up and down bidding, where you put in a bid, but Amazon can actually increase that bid by up to 100% or decrease the bid depending on the market and the time of day and other factors as well. So each of these bidding strategies can be useful in different scenarios, but you have to know the scenario for the bidding strategy. Fixed bids, for example, can be good for ranking campaigns when you really want to force your ad to the top of search results. Down-only bids are good for performance campaigns where you really want the leanest possible sales. And up and down bidding can be good for discovery when you're trying to find what bid you even should start with in order to get impressions for your ad if you're having trouble getting impressions. This brand did not have their bidding strategy matched up to what goal they had for the campaign. And then finally, their campaign optimizations were just not being done frequently enough. Campaigns need to be optimized at least twice a week. In certain situations, it actually should be once a day, like if you're in launch mode, for example. But most of the time, twice a week is about the clip that you want to be at. and you're optimizing bids, you're optimizing the placement adjusters, you're checking the results of your creative split testing, you're optimizing even your budgets, and generally making sure that the campaigns are growing. You'll be negating keywords, isolating keywords, and these campaign optimizations were just not being done frequently enough for them to stay ahead of the game in their very competitive niche. So what we did to fix it was we reorganized their campaigns and their keywords in their campaigns by shopper intent instead of search volume, like we just discussed. We segregated each match type into its own campaign, so there was no mixing of match types, broad, phrase, exact, just one per campaign. And by the way, you also want to segregate your campaigns by product. So you don't want one campaign advertising multiple products because it makes it harder to get the data out again that you need to actually make effective changes on your campaigns and on your product thumbnails and your product listings. Then we use the appropriate bidding strategy for each campaign goal. So we went in, changed the bidding strategy based on what the campaign goal was so that it was the appropriate bidding strategy to come out with the best possible result for that particular campaign goal. And then finally, we made daily and then twice weekly optimizations to the campaigns once they were really rolling and starting to really perform. So now just to show you a little visual of this, this is what it looks like when you're inputting the targets for your campaign. You have the match type, you have whether you're going to enter a list, use Amazon suggested keywords, or upload a file, and then you have a little field where you can input the actual keyword targets. Now, what we did instead of organizing the keyword targets by search volume, which is what normal brands do, we organized them by shopper intent. So all the keywords with one shopper intent would go here. For example, this is for everything that's at home, related to home. I put all the home or at home related keywords in one campaign, and that allows me to get the insights from that to know how people searching for that particular use case are finding our campaigns and finding our ads. And this is a little screenshot GIF of how we segregate the keywords. So we put all the keywords that we find in a big list from Product Opportunity Explorer, from Helium 10, from the Search Term Analytics Report, from the PPC Search Term Report. And then we create the categories here. You can see there's different categories: bag, basket, tray. In this case, this is for a different product, but we had different categories and we put all the keywords for each category underneath that. And then that's what we use as the basis to create our campaign so that we have good, clean data that we can actually use. Okay, now a little visual about match type. So this is what you see when you're creating a campaign, is these three different match types: broad, phrase, and exact. By default, they're all going to be clicked. Just make sure that when you're creating campaigns, you only have one of these selected, because that allows you to keep it clean, which campaigns you're using to just get data and which campaigns you're using to actually perform well. Finally, using the appropriate bid strategy. Here's what that looks like. It's under campaign bidding strategy, and you see the three types here: dynamic bids up and down, dynamic bids down only, and fixed. And this is where we cleaned up to make sure that they had the right bidding strategy for the right campaign goal. And finally, here are the main things that you need to do on a regular basis to make sure these campaigns are optimized. Is you're going to be adjusting placements, you're going to be adjusting bids, but you're also going to be doing other things like taking keywords and isolating them into their own campaigns when you see that they're doing well. And you're going to be negating keywords that are wasting ad spend or unrelated to your product. And for other ad types, you're also going to be doing other things like, for example, in sponsored brand campaigns, you're going to be seeing which custom creative is doing well and isolating those custom creatives into their own campaign so they can perform really well. Now, of course, this is a simplified version of everything that we did with this brand, but these are the main things that actually had the impact. And you can see this is consistent because here is the brand's other market. This is in the EU. We also turned their EU market from negative profit every month to significant monthly profit by doing these exact same things. So that just shows that it's not luck. It wasn't coincidence. We ran the exact same protocol in both the US and the EU and had the exact same results in both markets. So this is something you can do too. And if you saw any of the mistakes during this video that you're actually doing, this is a good opportunity for you to take it and turn it around. And if you want us to do it for you, you can click the link in the description of this video. I run a company called Sophie Society that actually does this. We partner with brands, we take over their PPC, and we turn it around to help them grow profitably. So if you want to see if you're applicable for that, just click the link in the description of this video and you can check it out there. See you guys in the next video.